Every skyline tells a story of vision, of ambition, of homes built on trust. For over 2 decades, Fairway Properties has redefined how Sri Lanka lives, shaping cities with spaces made for life.
My father realized the importance of vertical living in Colombo when he looked at other comparable cities around the world, places of low amount of land available, high living cost, places where the only practical way to expand further was vertical living. However, at the same time, he didn't want the country to go down the same direction as places like Hong Kong or New York with tiny bird box sized apartments that were impractical for families living long term. He wanted to and took a lot of pride in building places that families could live in and grow in, places that help people flourish, both for the practical reasons of Colombo's long-term development and also for the good of the families living in it. It's also a major point of environmental protection, where he would always say, in the same space that somebody can go and put 10 houses, he can put 100 apartments. The conservation of land is one of the greatest, most focused on points in the Fairway Group and one of the most required points in Sri Lankan policy, where if we can conserve land, we can conserve our environment.
Before I get to that, I must say that I'm seated in a very special place where the entire Fairway story began. Fairway on the waterfront was the first ever project that our late chairman, Sri Lanka, embarked when he got into the property side. Fairway is different from rest of the competition when it comes to luxury apartments. It's because of its design thinking, the entire thought process that goes into in terms of creating a space for families to live. So it's beyond just putting a tower, it's just building an entire ecosystem around it for a family to just call it a home. I think that's where Fairway stands significantly different from its competition, and we set the standard in luxury verticals.
Fairway is a very strong brand, and it has lasted a lifetime, a legacy of a lifetime. At this moment, I wish to recall the vision of our late chairman, founder, Mr. Hemakadialris, who brought the Fairway brand into the vertical living, and he redefined the skyline of Rajagiriya, and it has been a pleasure to be promoting Fairway apartments to customers. And we can proudly say that we have been promoting not just apartments, but a lifestyle and a way of living, which is a very proudful moment for any homeowner.
Hi, my name is Indika Samarasinghe. I'm a chartered architect and director of ISS Architects Private Limited. I'm also the current architect of Fairway Latitude, which is placed in Kidlapana Junction. My journey with Fairway Holdings started in 2008 when we first invested on our first apartment at Fairway Urban Oasis. Subsequently bought another apartment at Fairway on the waterfront, where I currently reside. All of the apartments designed by Fairway Holdings have very spacious interiors, where the furniture layouts have also been considered to allow for proper circulation within. If you look at the overall design of the Fairway Latitude, it's based on a podium which houses 4 parking floors. On top of the podium, we have 2 towers of about 23 floors, housing 176 units. The larger tower has 6 typical units, 4 3-beds and 2 2-beds. The smaller tower has 2 3-bed units each. The 2 towers are interconnected by a bridge at each floor. The smaller tower has 2 penthouses, triplex, having an internal staircase and elevator for each one with a rooftop. The larger tower houses the rooftop pool, function hall, and a unique feature that we have added was the cantilever of a function hall overlooking the main room. We also plan to get the green certification for this apartment building, which will be one of the first high-rise buildings with the green certification. The interconnecting bridge will have a green wall from top to bottom, which will be another very unique feature, which will be housed in the only high-rise apartment building in Sri Lanka. As an architect, having a long-time relationship with Fairway Holdings, I can guarantee the quality of the end product of the apartment buildings that Fairway has produced thus far. And I strongly invite you guys to come and invest into Fairway Holdings and come live in a very unique apartment building in the heart of Kidlapana.
මම ප්‍රසන්න වික්‍රමසිංහ වර්ෂ 2005 ෆෙයාවේ ආයතනයේට ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් කෝඩිනේටර් වශයෙන් සම්බන්ධ වෙලා අද වෙන විට මම ෆෙයාවේ ආයතනයේ හෙඩ් ඔෆ් ඉන්ජිනියරින් වශයෙන් කටයුතු කරනවා. ෆෙයාවේ කියන නමේ අපි හැමවෙලාවෙම හිතුවා මේ vertical living තන ස්පේසස් හැම එකක්ම usable වෙන්න ඕන. හැම හතරක් සැදියක්ම අපි පාවිච්චියට ගන්න ඕන. ඒ හින්දා මෙතෙක් කල් අපි ඉදිකර හැම ව්‍යාපෘතියක්ම ගත්තොත් අපගේ හැම බින් අඟලක්ම ඒ apartment එක ඇතුලේ පාවිච්චියට ගන්න තැන් තමයි තියෙන්නේ. අපේ කරපු හැම ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකකම ගොඩක් දුරට මුල්ම ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එකේ ඉඳන් අවසාන ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක දක්වා ඔය MEP works කරපු අය ඒගොල්ලෝ ඩිසයින් කරපු හැටි රජයේ අනුමත ආයතනවල තියෙන නිර්දේශයන්ට එකගතාවයට පදිංචලා ඉන්න සියලු දෙනාගේ ආරක්ෂාව සුරක්ෂිත වෙන විදිහට ඒවා ඩිසයින් කළා ඒවා ඉන්ස්ටෝල් කළා චෙක් ඇන් රනින් තත්ත්වයටපත් කළා ආයතනවල තියෙන අනුකූලතා එම් වාර්තාවන් අරගෙන තමයි අපි මේ බිල්ඩිම ඉවර කළා අපේ පාරිභෝගිකයන් බාර දෙන්න. කවුරු හරි ඇහුවොත් ඇයි මම ෆෙයාවේ එකෙන් ඇපාර්ට්මන්ට් එකක් ගන්න ඕනේ මට මෙහෙම උත්තරයක් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ෆෙයාවේ එක හැම වෙලාවෙම ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකක් සිලෙක්ට් කරනකොට ඒක අපිට කියන්න පුළුවන් ෆයිල් එකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන්, වොෂ් බේසින් එකක්, වෝටර් ක්ලොසට් එකක්, ලයිට් ෆිටින් එකක්, ජනෙල් දොරවල් ඒ හැම එකම අපි ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක සිලෙක්ට් කරන වෙලාවේ අපි ළඟට එන මේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් අඳුනලා දෙන අයගෙන් අපි අහනවා ඊළඟ අවුරුදු 2-3ට එන්න තියෙන ඕනනම් ඊළඟ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක මොකද්ද? අපි අන්න එහෙම අහලා ඒ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක අද තියෙන එක නෙමෙයි අපි ඉදිරියට එන්න තියෙන ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක පර්චේස් කරන්න පෙළඹෙනවා. පාරිසරික සාධකවලට ඔරොත්තු දෙන විදිහට අපි අපේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් සිලෙක්ෂන් එක අපේ කන්ස්ට්‍රක්ෂන් එක කරගෙන යනවා ඉස්සරහට කරගෙන යනවා මේ සියලුම දේවල් අනාගතයේ මොකද්ද අපිට ලබා දෙන්න පුළුවන් කියන දේ ගැන හිතලා අපගේ නව චෙයාමන් බොහොම තරුණ කෙනෙක් විදිහට මේවා ගැන හොයලා බලනවා ප්‍රසන්න අපිට ඊළඟට හිතන්න පුළුවන් මොකද්ද කියන එක අහලා බලනවා ඒ හින්දා මේ ලැටිටියුඩ් කියන ප්‍රොජෙක්ට් එක අපි අනාගතයේ ෆෙයාවේ ආයතනය කරපු හොඳම ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකකට බවට පත් වෙනවා කියන එක මට විශ්වාසයි අපි ඒක ඇත්තටම හොඳම ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එකකට බවට ඒක පත් කරනවා.
My name is Professor Chitra Vedikara. I am the chairperson of a group of companies called QSF Global. We have done a number of projects in this country for the last 30 years. We have done Galadari, we have done Cinnamon Grand, Cinnamon Bay, and you name it, quite a lot of work we have done in the industry. Fairway Latitude attracted me because I felt that it had, or looked at it, it had all the design that was really good, the structure as well as planning. So I'm very happy when the new management invited me to do this project because after having several meetings with them, I find that the new management extremely professional. Everything is properly planned out and I want to get involved as a company so that we can do this project in a proper manner so that the clients will know that the new management done a wonderful job.
From those first foundations, a legacy began, one built on integrity, design, and the belief that every family deserves a home built to last. Every Fairway project carries a signature, attention to detail, timeless design, and a promise delivered. Together, they redefine vertical living, creating long-lasting homes that balance lifestyle, design, and value.
Hello friends, I'm Taslim Rahman's homeowner of Sky Gardens apartments in Rajagiriya. When my wife and I decided to invest in an apartment as our retirement home, our main focus was on peace of mind. Now what does this mean to us? It means that our investment is well protected and hassle-free from any complications. In acquiring an apartment at Sky Gardens built by the reputed Fairway Group, we made the right choice. I had previously known late Hemakadi Alvis, founder chairman, who had a reputation for embracing quality. So my decision was easy. To my mind, quality is a very broad concept. The apartment we acquired at Sky Gardens, the quality of materials used in the floor tiling, the sanitary ware, and even the doors were of exceptional quality. And even over the years, they have been time tested for proof of durability. Even if you check out the pantry fittings, they were of very high quality, and the electrical appliances were all of very renowned brands. Layout, design, and functionality were all key elements that exceeded our expectation. Overall, we were indeed happy with all our experience at Sky Gardens and can easily say that our investment was well made. So I'm sure that new prospects would be assured of a similar experience as ours in future Fairway projects.
Hi, I'm Nihar Ratnayaka. As a homeowner and occupant of Elements Apartments, when this was requested, I was more than happy to say a few words. This particular apartment, and we've been living here for the last 7 years, and it has been very pleasurable. The unique things that I found here is that they have thought of all aspects. So, for children, for their well-being, for elderly folk, all that they have thought of. So that is very important, because most apartments you go, what happens is you get a wow feeling, but when you start living, you realize it's not really practical living. And they have not cut corners as far as giving the services. For instance, you will find the main outdoor unit is concealed. So basically that is connected to all the indoor units. From an aesthetic point also, it's really nice. And this is all very soundproof. They had sprinklers for fire and safety. Also, they have got the meters for electricity and water that is actually in a common area on the lift lobby. So nobody comes into your house. So like that, I think I'm very glad that I made this decision to buy this apartment. I have no hesitation in recommending this the developer, because I think they are very good. They know what they are doing. I wish them all very best with their new project. Thank you.
Fairway homes aren't just built to impress. They're built to be lived in, loved, and passed on. Today, Fairway Properties stands as a symbol of quality and trust, a name woven into the skyline of Sri Lanka. As we look to the future, our promise remains the same: to keep shaping the way our nation lives. Fairway Properties, shaping Sri Lanka's skyline one landmark at a time.